So this is going to be part 5 of a long series of them, but in this one we're going to go over mortar builds, other things that cause explosive damages, builds of that sort. Also, there was one thing that I did not know until a while back, which kind of made me wonder about some of these builds, but it was I believe explosive damage also goes for the bleed hive. Now, I just understood that the hive itself went for, say, skill damage, but the initial burst of those hives hitting the player or the ab was actually based on explosive damage. Well, I had no clue about that, so thinking that stuff over made me rethink a few of my builds, so I've redone my mortar build a few times and a few other things. So after knowing that, we went and revamped one build, and I'll get into that one later on, but we're going to go over some of the weird builds I've found in here using rigor as well, because it's an explosive build. Now, one of the builds I came across on YouTube about rigor was using it similar to this. Now, is this one here a good one? It is strong. It's stronger than the other rigor that I have, yes, because this chest piece alone gives you the glass cannon effect. So if we were to do a side-by-side comparison of these two, you would see pretty much the same. The glass cannon is going to give you 25, and as long as you're aiming that skill, you're going to get 25 from your rigor as well. So basically it allows you to use the rigor chest piece without using glass cannon. Okay, that's pretty cool. But by doing so, it also allows for players to put on, say, like this backpack versus this one. Now, this backpack for rigor allows for instantaneous cooldowns. So, to me personally, the rigor backpack is more vital because I can keep throwing traps out, getting more damage out, which in turn means I can just throw them, get kills, throw them, get kills, versus this. So, on a personal note, this backpack doesn't help out that build enough. Now, taking a piece of China like this, because you don't technically need the skill haste, and putting that somewhere on your build is vital. So while this one does do a lot of damage, you're not able to get the benefit from rigor with it set up like this, because I could throw these traps out, I could throw the mortar out, and when they're dead, I would never get them back. It would take a long cooldown. So yes, this is a strong build, and I'll demonstrate that right here, but it is not the best way to set up rigor. So for instance, I toss this out, I shoot it off, there we go, we got the glass cannon effect from the rigor chest piece. Okay, cool, so this thing's hitting pretty hard. It honestly is, it's hitting pretty hard. But that's not the problem. The problem is this: I delete that and I don't get my cooldown. So if I come over here and turn this off, take it from 4 seconds, we'll see how long it takes. Just to demonstrate why this is a bad setup, is I throw this trap out here, it gets a kill, and then I deconstruct it. I have to wait 30 seconds to get it back. That rigor backpack allows me to just keep throwing those out there and throwing them out there. Now again, it gives me some serious damage because of the backpack of the China, but if I were to delete it, I don't get that back that easily. So these two are the strongest pieces on this build. So now also other ones like this, a lot of people misconstrue it that you can send out a drone like this, get that damage out, but I'm trying to deconstruct it. I can't deconstruct it. So there are certain skills on rigor that you cannot deconstruct with the explosives. So it doesn't make rigor the best explosive type build setup. So if I were to, let's do it this way. I have the backpack like this, one where I can delete any one of these and get it right back, especially the traps. So for instance, I could throw traps all day long and get them right back, versus the drone. Like this one here, I could send this one out, it'll explode, but I won't be able to get it back. I could throw these out, they explode. I can't delete them because they're trying to go out and do something. Again, the drone, I could send that out. I could attempt to deconstruct it, wouldn't do anything. The explosive sticky, same thing. Even when I hit the target and I detonate it, it's not going to get back. So the traps and the mortar turret are the only ones I can really deconstruct and get back. I couldn't even deconstruct the burster. So what I mean, what some people who are new, who do not know about it, if I toss them out like this, I can delete them, instantaneously get them back. Throw them out again, instantaneously get them back after I delete them. See? Back and forth. That's a lot of damage. So you don't need to put on that China Light backpack. Now, is that going to lose you some damage? Yes. But you don't need that, because I can just toss these out, shoot it, get the kill, and then just simply, you know, hit another group that just came out and then deconstruct, and it's right back. That is the best setup for rigger. So, now, again, you don't have to use a chest piece, okay? That's another thing I want to stress to y'all. You can use the rigger chest piece. You just want to put on a piece of China Light somewhere else if you don't like glass cannon. But watch this. I'm going to try to deconstruct. I'm trying to deconstruct. There's my animation of trying to deconstruct. As you can see, it didn't do anything. Again, I'm going to toss these out. I'm trying to deconstruct. I'm trying to deconstruct right now. Nothing. It won't let me deconstruct those. So there are certain skills that are good on rigger and certain ones that aren't.
2 very boring minutes later.
Now, like I said, I'm calling everybody out. I'm even going to call myself out. I want to say I'm sorry because I did mislead y'all on the 3-piece Empress being good for the explosive damage. It is not. The best one is to set it up exactly like this. Now, you can trade the Grupo for the chest piece if you wanted to and put Wyvern somewhere else. That's fine. But the problem is going to be trying to find these pieces. This is the strongest one out there. Now, as you can see, the Grupo, we have to get the skill damage and the skill haste. Now, you can trade skill haste on the piece for, say, status effect if you wished, and then put the skill haste mods in there. That's on you. That's player's choice. Same with all these pieces. You can trade the skill haste for skill or status effect, so that way when your mortar slaps and hits them, you get the bleed damage, and that's also going to help out the damage to armor, so it's going to make those statuses even stronger. But the Petrov gloves are a must on this build. Same with the 2-piece Grupo. So when you have them in these certain spots, or again, the chest piece could be a Grupo if you could find that perfect Grupo, just like what I have of the Wyvern, you're still going to want to use this China Light backpack. So the two in the spots are the gloves and the backpack. Must be in there. Now, the reason why we're using perfect shock and awe is because if I were to go up against, say, a Chonga and I slap him with the mortar, tech support, if I don't get that kill, I have no damage. So using the shock and awe is your better choice. Now, you can use combined arms if you wish. That's an extra 5% more. Now, the perfect combined arms, I would not suggest it on here because you're going to lose damage. Yeah, you're going to get 10% more, but it's not best. Now, the holster on here is best because when we trade that out, we're going to get the most damage out of it possible. But we have to use the Grenadier. Now, when TU-16 comes out, if the devs are still good to their word, we're going to test it out with the Technician to see if it's any kind of difference because we get the skill damage versus explosive damage. So let me show you the difference in this one. Now, I was hitting for 9.2, 9.1 with 3-piece Empress. So let's go ahead and show you the difference. Okay, we've got the first shot. Okay, and that's 6.7 on this build before we've stacked the capacitor. 6.7. So let's stack up our capacitor. Stack it all the way out. 10.1. 10.1 mil per shot. And on the downside about 9.2. That's when the holster is going over. So we're still hitting for about 9.2 to 10.1. Now, while this is over here, let me get it closer. Oh, it's already transferring over. Oh well. Yep. And it's not going to show me on the low side for that. Okay, never mind. Let's go set it up over here. While it's transferring over, let's see what we can get the explosive sticky at. Okay, give me that. Transferring over. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, everything's set. Get those ads out of the way. Die, hurry, hurry. 14 million. Let's try to do it one more time because that was pretty quick. Dang, that hit so hard. Alright, it's transferring over. We'll do it one more time. Okay, it's transferred over. Let me get this maxed. There it is, 14. Whoa. I think that was 14.7. Damn! Now, I'm going to say this again. Is the sticky, or not sticky, but the oxidizer best with tech support? No. Because I can easily just do this. See, combined arms kept it going out there. Watch this. Shoot again. It can go up and down with combined arms. That's why using the Hana U two-piece can be stronger. So for instance, if I were to launch this right at the target, full max stack, and then I shoot, I get 525. Now we were hitting for 505 earlier with the two-piece Hana U, but using tech support, so we can hit higher. Now, because we can hit higher, we can actually trade this out, keep those on, and put on like the perfect glass cannon. But as I was saying, watch again. We wait for it to transfer over. We hit. We put on a weapon like this. Just take one shot. We hit 525. Now that's a constant 525. Now, as long as that piece is up there, we get that damage. As long as there's ads right there, we get that damage. Now it will go down as the waveform goes down. It's the only one that does that compared to like the fire stickies. So if I were to also, with this piece right here, I put on a shotgun because it has damage to armor and damage to targets out of cover within sync. We can actually make this hit higher because both of these help out the oxidizer. So now that we know that, we can make this hit even higher. Not saying this is a great setup because combined arms can also, you have to actually use your weapon. We can still hit it higher. So that's why also using the two-piece Hana U with combined arms can be better. That's why I left that one open. And I told you that the Hana U, the two-piece Hana U, was better than the three-piece Empress, is because it allows for players to use the force multiplier backpack.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!